Okay, so creating a new interface. Interface B. Now I'll simply declare some methods here. Void method A, void method B. Only two methods I will keep it here. And I'm creating two methods in the interface B. Method C and method D. Sorry, method D. Okay. So I just want to extend two interface into single class. Okay. So what will I do? I'll just create one class here. And I will just write here implement, and I can just give the interface name here, interface A. So, okay. So now it is showing me error. What is the error? It is asking me to add the unimplemented methods here. Okay, so I'll just click the first option. So it is asking me to implement this method A and method B. Okay, so suppose if I want to take all the methods in this class per interface class, so what will I do? I will simply go to the interface A and I will simply extend the another interface, the interface B. The interface can extend to the another interface. Just remember this. Okay, now I'm going to the class again. Now again it's showing error. Add unimplemented method. Now it will just give suggestion for adding the method C and method D from this interface B. Okay. So I'm just clicking here and I'm just adding the unimplemented method. So you can see I'm seeing the method C and method D as well in a single class. Okay, I'm just repeating again. So this is a class C. I'm implementing the interface A. But when I'm going inside this interface A, I have extended the another interface actually. That's why my class is asking to implement all the methods which are present in the interface A and the interface B. Okay. So I'm just going inside this interface A. I will just deleting this now, reverting this. I will try to write it here. See, this is also supported. So you have two choice. Either you can implement both the interface here in a single class, or you can just use the extend keyword in the interface here, and you can just extend the another interface. So all the method present in that second interface will come to this interface A. And whenever we are implementing this interface A, the class will ask to implement that all the methods forcefully into the implementation, this class actually, where we are actually implementing that interfaces. Okay, any questions here? This is for the multiple inheritance. Just remember this, if you need this kind of requirement, so you have to implement in this way. So now I'll go for the abstract class, because only high level overview I have given in the yesterday session. So I'll just try to implement that abstract class, abstract method here. Okay, again creating a method. So this is my abstract method. I'll create one more method here, which is non-abstract, means concrete method. Inside concrete method, this is just for information purpose. I'm printing this message. Now, suppose I want to extend this class, this abstract class. So I will simply, for extending this, I'm just simply creating new class. I will just create a new class like this. Okay. So I just want to implement the method from this abstract class. So I will just go into the new class and I will just extend. Okay. So remember, class can extend another class and interface can implement. Okay. I for interface, I for implement. Just remember this. So I'm just extending this abstract class. Okay. Now it is asking me to add an implement method again. So this method A. So method M is which one? This one. It is asking me to implement that. Okay. Suppose if I don't want to implement this here, so I can again make it abstract. Okay, it will not show any error. Like this, whenever we are defining this abstract method, we can just use this class to inherit it to the subsequent classes. But if you don't want to implement this method again in this class, we can just make it abstract. We can again make the class as abstract again. And later, if whenever we're implementing, that time we have to remove this abstract keyword from that class implementation. Now, suppose I don't want to make this class as abstract, so I will simply delete this and I will just define the method. That's it. It's a simple. Now it will not show any error. Okay, so for abstract class, there should be at least one abstract method. That's the criteria. That's why if we are not defining any method, the class will ask for the abstract keyword at the start and that method level. Okay, so for any doubts, I think I got 5 things. Let me check. Yeah. Okay, Shubham asking, please change the method name A and B instead of C and D. Okay, interface B. Okay, we'll make it B, A and B. Okay, so this is interface A having method A and B, having interface B having method same actually A and B only. So okay, so I'm using this class for interface. Now I'm just deleting this method from here because it does not exist. I have deleted that C and D. So you can see we won't get any error here. Sorry. Again, I missed the chat window. Yeah, fine. Okay, so Shubham, we are not getting any error here actually. We can use this same method name and we can implement the interface as is. Okay, because implementation is not given in the interface A and interface B. So by default, we can use this interface to implement in any classes. It will not create any ambiguity there if they are having same name. Okay, fine. Shubham is clear with answer. Then yeah. So Keval is asking, can you please explain the difference between implement and extend? So remember that implementing means we have to provide some implementation of this method. Suppose now I am implementing this interface. Interface don't have body, only declaration is there. So we have to implement this interface, right? We have to define the body. So that's why we are using this implement keyword here when we are actually writing the body. And extend, we can extend one interface to the another interface actually. Yes, you have to remember a few things. Class can extend to the another class, interface can extend to the another interface. But if you want to use class and interface, then you have to use this word implements. Okay. Okay. Then yep. I think answer given by the Shreya already. Okay, fine. Yes. Ravi's typed something. Interface cannot be inserted. Right. We cannot create the object of the interface, but it has only a reference variable. That's right. Okay. I think question are done. Fine. So proceeding for the next. Yeah. So today we will look for the collection interface. So what is basically collection interface? Now we have seen in the earlier session that we are using the array. So if we define the array, there is some limitations that we only can provide limited size there. So if our requirement is that if you want to some dynamic data type, and if you want to decrease and increase the size of that array, we cannot do it array. So we have different set of options here present in the collection interface. Okay, so you can see this diagram. So we'll go for this last tree set, linked hash set, and hash set. Okay, actually these three are classes which implements this linked hash set, and hash set implements this set. Okay, and again this is a interface collection and set. So set extends collection. Okay, in this way you have to remember. So basically we are going to use this hash set, array list, and the set. Okay, sorry, hash set and array list we are going to use basically. And another way is a hash map that I'm going to show in next slide. So you can just remember this hierarchy. Hash set is a class, set it interface, and set also extend that collection interface. And for array list is a class, list is an interface, and this list interface extend this collection interface again. Okay, these are the important part. Other things we are not going to see it here. Okay. I will show the practical for this. Okay. So next I'm moving to the hash map. So actually hash map is not belonging to the collection family, but still it is considered as a collection family only. So hash map is a class and it implements the map interface. Just remember this part from the hash map. And it is having key value pair like name. There we can provide the name, then address, we can provide the address. It's a key value pair simply. That I'll also show in practical. Okay. So I'm starting with first. I will start with the hash set first. Okay. Creating a new class. Set example. I will directly write in this main method. Okay. Can you tell me if I'm writing the correct statement here? Can you tell me, can someone ping me why I'm getting this error now? Why I'm not able to create object of this set? Yep, right. It's an interface actually. So we cannot we cannot create an instance of the interface. That is the answer. So I will just use the hash map here. That's the implemented method. Okay, and always we have to remember this package name java.util. Okay, just providing the semicolon set dot. I will just add some variables, add some values in the set abc xyz. Like this, we can add values here in the set. So I'm again adding some xyz here. And I'm just printing this. Set values. Set. I'm just executing this program. Now, what should be the output actually? Shall I get all the four values a, b, c, x, y, z, p, q, r, x, y, z? Just think. I'm just executing the program. Now you can see I got only three values p, q, r, a, b, c, and x, y, z. I have not got this x, y, z again. Okay, so this is a basic criteria. Suppose if you are adding some values to the set, it won't allow the duplicates one. So suppose in some case, if you want to remove the duplicate one and you have to keep only unique values, so you have to use set. That thing you have to remember. Okay. When this is for this set actually, then I'm going for the next. I will go for the list. List, control space bar. It is asking for me data type string. List is equal to new array list. I will add some more values in the list. I will just use these values again. I'm printing these list values here. I'm committing this sentence, previous one. So you will get the result. Executing this array list. So I have printed this set again. It will be list. Now you can see it's allow the duplicate one. Okay, and actually in array list there is no limitation. We can add as much we can. Okay, so in the array, if you compare with the array, there is a limitation. We have to define the size at the definition when we are defining the array. Okay, but in the array list there is no such restriction. So you have to remember this. I'm just again commenting this. Now I'm going for the hash map. I will not copy this. I will just create a new. It is coming from the map. So this is a interface again. Map util. It is asking for the key and value. K and v means k for key, v for value. I will just provide the data type here, string, and again I will give the string. Map is equal to new hash map. So you should know this interface implement which classes. Okay, so I know it's implementing hash map now. So I'm just using this object to add the values to the hash map. Now you can see these methods are there, get and put. Okay, this put, it accepts two parameter. First is a key and value. So I will just provide the key as a name, value as a John. Again, I'm putting some more values here in the hash map. US. Yeah, that's fine. I will put only two values here and I'll print this map now. Now you can see we are getting this value, address US, name John, in a key value pair. So suppose if you want to get the value of the address, so simply you can use this method map.get, and you have to pass address in double quotes only. The key should be match exact. Key match should be exact actually. We cannot do the changes. Means you cannot do the this a small or d camel case. So you have to do the, you have to keep the key same provided in the when we are providing, when we are just putting the values in the map. So okay, I'm just printing this single second sentence as well. Here, and I will just put address value. Now I'll just execute this. Okay, now we are seeing this address value as a US. So these are the way. If you want to put something into hash map, we can just use method put. Otherwise, for getting the, we can use this method get the values. So any questions here till now? Yeah, I think got some question. Yes, okay. So unordered and duplicates. Shum, can you just explain again what you are telling about?
He was talking about set, Yogesh.
Yeah, okay, set. Okay, fine. So set will not follow any order basically, and it will not allow the duplicate in the set. If you want to follow the order, we can use the linked list there. So linked list follow the order. So I will just go for the linked list as well. Suppose I'm just commenting this hash map now. And I will also commenting the set. I will execute this. What's happening? Yeah, I think I have to uncomment this and comment the set one. If you want to follow, we can use linked list. Okay. Now here you are seeing the list in the proper sequence, but in some cases you won't get this sequence. So basically you can use the linked list there instead of this array list, like this. So this will sort out your problem. This always you will get what is happening here. Yeah. If you use this implementation linked list, so every time you will get this in sequence. Okay. Now there are only 4 values, so you are getting this in the proper sequence. But if you use linked list, there is surety you will get everything in the sequence only. Okay. fine. Then is set assertion order and null insertion is possible. Okay, so if you want to pass null here, I think it support one null. We'll pass one null here. Below answer commented. So I'm just putting one null value in the set and I'm just executing the program. Yeah, it is supporting one null, but I'll try to make one another null. So it will just give the one null only, as it won't support the duplicate values. Yeah, you can see. Fine. Same happen with the map as well. If you pass one null key here, that's also allowed. That's fine. Okay, so it is allowed only one null key in the map. But in the list, we can pass multiple values. It can allow duplicates. There is no issue at all. I think, yeah. So one question from the J, can we use mixed data type in list and set? Mix means no, we cannot use mix one. We have to define the data type here, like string. Here also we have to define the string, or we can use different, means at a time only one data type can be used here. Okay, so this is actually kind of a generic concept. So you have to define the data type, so it will not cause any issue at the runtime. Suppose if you are not providing some string or data type here, so and if you are just using the multiple data type, for example float, double, integer, string, so it might give the type casting error at runtime. So to avoid that error, we are just using the generic concept and providing the data type here at the time of defining. So you have to follow this process. You have to provide the data type here, and then only you have to pass the data. Okay. Okay, fine. The questions are clear now. Or okay, fine. So now we will see how to iterate this actually. Before that, I will just go to the slide. Okay, we will see difference first, and then we will iterate that. Okay, how to iterate that list, set, and map. Okay, so see the difference. So for the interface, yeah, for the list interface, duplicates are allowed. It is allowing null value, multiple null value actually, because there is no restriction on the duplication. And the insertion order, yeah, in the list insertion order is follow. Okay, so in set, duplicates are not allowed, but it allow only once. Okay, and the insertion order not follow in the set. In map is duplicates is not allowed for the map actually, basically, because if you provide two keys with the same name, so it will difficult to take which it will just create ambiguity actually simply. Okay, so we have to define unique keys only, and null values allowed only once as a key, and we can have multiple null values in the values actually. It's written in the second column here. And again, the insertion order is not followed in the map. This is actually ambiguous sentence here about list. So only linked list preserve the insertion order. Okay, just remember this. Okay, so okay, so Keval is asking, can you please show the int data type? Okay, fine. We'll go for that question. Now see, we have to use the primitive data type here when we are using it into the list or map or set. Okay, so I will just comment out this code because now it is expecting the integer. now see we are getting this method integer. Okay, so we'll use this. Okay, 12. I can use any values. $120 like this we can do. Okay, so Keval, are you clear, or do you want to show me for other that set and map as well? Okay, fine. So moving to the next. So you can see there are two types actually of iterator, iterator and list iterator. So basically list iterator basically used for the iterate the list only, and iterator can be used for all, means all the three, list, set and map. Okay, so in the list we can just go forward and backward. That's why list iterator having some different functionality actually. It is having option to traverse in both the side, but iterator don't have that facility. So that is the main difference between this iterator and list iterator. Okay, so I'm going here and just show how to iterate. Now simply I will create a new class to avoid the confusion. First I will take a set. Okay, I'll just copy the set code from here. I'll put some values here, ABC, and again I will put XYZ. Okay, fine. Now I'm just iterating this by using iterator set dot iterator. Okay, so I will just, if I don't want data type of this iterator, I will just simply go inside this. I know this is data type. I will just copy this from here. I will assign it here. I will make it as iterator and make data type as a string. Okay, so now I'm using this object or reference dot. I will use this hash next method. Hash next just return true when there is element present. It return false when there is no element present in the set. Okay, so simply I will put this hash next in the while loop. Okay, so when there if there are elements present in the set, it will just return true and it will execute that much time. And I will just use this print statement here. Again, I'm using iterator dot next. It will just give the actual value of this values A, B, C, X, Y, Z, P, Q, R, and X, Y, Z actually. Okay, it will not print this X, Y, Z because it's a duplicate one. Okay, I'm just executing this program now. Now you can see I'm just commenting this now. Let's execute it again. Now you can see we have printed the set values. You can see set values, and thus it's reading the next values actually. So it can be it's from this list actually, this set actually. So it's a PQR, ABC, and XYZ. So in this way we can iterate the set. Okay. Iterate means we have to read this value from the given set or given list or given map. That's called as iteration. Okay. So for any questions, Yes, can we use the list float string? Okay, Shubham, I will go to your question. Can we use the list integer float string? This is equal to new list. Okay. Now I'm going inside this list interface. It is supporting only one data type actually, as per definition of this interface. Okay, so the method you have given here, list, then inside that integer float string, it is not supported. We can go for list of list, but we cannot define the like this actually, list integer float string. So I'll show for list of list first. So I'm just going to the previous class again, this one. Yeah, okay. I'll just comment this out. I'm commenting another programs. Okay, so okay, fine. So here I will just go for the list of list, or I simply comment this. Okay, I will comment this as well. Again, it will create ambiguity. That's why I'm just commenting this. I'm just creating one here. I'm just writing. I just copied the code from above one. So I will just create a list of list now. List of list means we can say there is a one list and we are just again creating a list of that list. So we have to add in this way. Okay, so it is expecting the parameter list. You can see it here. If I'm hovering the mouse, it is just expecting list of integer e. So I will just uncomment this above code actually. I will just use there. Okay, so I will just uncomment this line of code. There is some shortcut to uncomment this code, but I'm not recalling, so I'm just manually uncommenting this. I will just give the value 1, 2, 1, and 3. Okay. I'm just giving the old list hold. Okay, so I will just add list hold. Just deleting this. Okay, so suppose if you have 2 to 3 lists, and suppose that list we have to add to the new list. So in that case, you can use this list of list. Okay, so now when if this is actually list old, so list old is what is that list old? So we have created the list earlier. That is a list actually. This one. Okay, so if I'm creating one more list here, just showing you. Again, second list can be added here in this list as a parameter. List old 1. Okay, this you can do, but you cannot pass the 3 parameter in the list. Okay, fine. So Ravi just put iterator has next and remove. Okay, if I want to remove, we can use this remove function as well, remove method as well. Okay, so question from the Diksha: what is the main difference between the iterator and the list iterator? Like which should be used? When we are dealing with the list, go for the list always, and when we are dealing with the set and the hash map, go with the iterator, because list iterator is only designed for the list, because it is having facility to travel in both sides, backward and forward. Okay, this you have to remember, Diksha. Okay, so we have seen that how to iterate through the set. Now we'll go for the second one, list. Okay, so in list case we'll use the list iterator. We won't use the iterator in the list. Just creating a class. The class name should be always with the camel case. I'm just copying the existing list. This one I will just copy. Okay, again I'll use this. How to iterate this? I will just copy this object. I will just copy this and use iterator. Okay, so if I don't know the data type, I will just go inside this, and again I will just copy this. This you have to remember actually. Suppose if you don't know data type, you can simply go inside this method and check for the data type and return type here. This is the return type actually. You can simply copy from here and paste it there. So everything cannot be by hearted actually. So you have to remember a few things. List iterator. Okay. So list iterator dot. Now you can see again we are getting this method. Now in the previous iterator we are getting, I'll just show you. Set iterator. I'm not typing any code, I'm just showing the option. Okay, so you can see we are having as next method and next method. Okay, in the iterator. Okay, so in the list iterator we have multiple methods here along with the iterator method. So we are getting the option as next, as previous, next, next index kind of thing. Okay, so we can use this. You can see previous index. So it means we can just traverse forward and backward as well in the list. Okay, so again I will write one loop here, while as next. Okay, curly braces. I will just put in the output here. And then I will use list iterator dot next. Okay, whenever you are using has next, we have to use next only. Don't use previous with them. I'm just executing this program. Now it is printing 213. Okay, so now I am just traverse from 213 from top to bottom. I will just traverse in reverse way now. I'm just copying this. I will just check has previous. And here also I will use the previous. So it will just print the value from bottom to top. sorry, I just not print. I just comment out this line. First one. So now you can see here as well actually. First output is 213, 213, and then from the bottom to top. Actually, it's 312. Yeah, right. 312. It's the reverse way actually. It is iterating from bottom to top here in second case. Okay, so in least we can traverse in both the way. So I will just confirm with the insertion order actually. So I just little bit confused now because for insertion order we are just using the linked list. So here also I'm getting the same order. I'm not sure from any version Java version it got changed. So I will check and get back to you by tomorrow for this. Okay, fine. Okay, so this is about the list iterator. So I'm just reading the question if any. Okay, fine. Now you are I'm reading the question from Diksha. Now you were explaining the list of list, like for what it's used mainly. Actually, suppose if you have multiple, suppose we are taking data from Excel sheet, and if you want to create the list of particular data, means suppose, for example, I'm taking another example. Suppose there are multiple drop downs in the UI, and if you want to use and save it somewhere, so we can just read the data from the drop down option, and then we will save it a different list. And we, if you want to maintaining, instead of maintaining a different list, we will just make another list, and all the list will be saved in the that new list. That can be the example. It's again actually up to the requirement. Every solution, every problem have multiple solutions, so it's your thought process how we can achieve this. Okay, how we are maintaining the data and how we can use that in our framework. Okay, again it is again very rarely used. It's again based on the requirement. If you think our if you are creating a multiple list and it is getting complicated to maintain, so we can again use that list of list. Or again in map also we can use the map of map. Okay, so that also we can do, but again that makes things complex. Okay, fine. So one question from the Ravi, can you explain the enumeration cursor? Actually that's again advanced part, we are not covering that, Ravi. We have covered enum, but enumeration cursor, I think it's a part from the development, not for, it's not used in the testing. Okay, okay, fine. I'm showing the, I'm just going with the Diksha's question again. I'm just showing the example, that list of list. Okay, fine. So this is the first list. Okay, Diksha. I will just delete this code. We'll just revert it back for committing. Okay, so this is the first list, list old. This is second list, but I have to make another list by using this list. Okay, so here actually you can see the parameter here, integer list integer. So this is actually the this list, we can include this there. Okay, this is list of list, this is a list. Again we are adding the different list here, you can see it is just pointing to this list, and second one it is pointing to second list. So in list also we can add multiple list. That's the example, Diksha.
Hello.
Yeah, Diksha.
Yes, can we, like, the main question was, can we change the integer like data type for two different lists, like keeping the first type as integer and second can be different?
I think no, let me try. So it's showing the except error actually, because see here actually we are defining this integer, right? So if you change the data type, how it can allow, it will just create the ambiguity.
Okay, so we can like while using list of list or map of map, we can only define one data type.
Yes, 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 right.
Okay.
Because here we are depending only, we are just giving the integer only, so we have to provide integer, list of integer only.
Still, it's confusion. Then what's the use of using list of list if we are using for the same data type only?
So basically we are just dealing with the string mostly at most time. So we can just create a list of string many times and just we can use it here simply.
Okay.
It's again according to your requirements, how your requirement is, and based on that we can create this list or map of map.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
And
Yogesh,
Yeah.
I'll give an example to Diksha. Diksha, suppose you have a list of countries, okay?
okay.
And with respect to that, you want to map, or else you have list of states, and with respect to that, you have to map list of districts. So that time both are strings.
Okay.
Yes, that's the right example. Actually.
So in that drop down or checkbox, you can use that. You will get to know, and as Yogesh said correctly, it's completely based on your requirement. And if you want to use an ambiguous type of data wherein key value, a best example you can look is for JSON file.
Okay. Okay, Shri. Thank you, Shri. Thank you, Yogesh.
Yeah.
And
Thank
one
you.
more, Yogesh. I was having the doubting list iterator. You have shown the example now. You have used their dot next and dot previous. So are these both methods used only for the list iterator? Can it be used for the simple iterator also?
Yes. But for the simple iterator, we won't get this method actually. Has previous and has and previous. Has previous and previous. We won't get for another iterator. It is only for the list iterator.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Okay, fine. One more question from Shubham. Can we use mixed data type in list and set? I think question is clear, right, Shubham? Right now I have given the answer. Okay, fine. Okay, so last part is remaining now. So how to iterate the map? I think that I'll cover in tomorrow session. Okay. So along with that, we will do some setup, TestNG setup and Maven setup tomorrow. And we will go with this WebDriver concept. And we will try to invoke one interface, so sorry, WebDriver tomorrow. Okay, so I'm thinking there is no doubt as of. Okay, so that's enough for the day, guys. And I have just made that repository private, so you will not able to access that repository. And once our course is in the middle, so I will again make that public and you can access that code. Before that, I'm just sharing the few more questions. I just prepared the assignment for you. So it's just a modification addition to the yesterday's one. Just go through it, try to write a program and just keep it in your local machine. We will review it on weekend. Okay, so I'm just pinging the assignment. So I think I'm not able to send that. So Shri, can I send it to you and you can forward it because it's difficult to type this much content in the chat window.
No problem.
Yeah. Okay, Shri. Thank you. I will send it after this call.
Sure.
Okay, guys. Then, thank you. Thanks for joining. Have a great day.
Thank you, Yogesh. Thank you, everyone.